Do you suffer from skin conditions like acne or eczema? In this video, I'm going to share my top 10 tips for resolving these issues once and for all. And I'm also going to share some of my favorite DIY home remedies. Acne and eczema are both inflammatory skin conditions, and we can observe that there is inflammation because of that redness and puffiness that generally come with an acne breakout or an eczema flare-up. So because these conditions are rooted in inflammation, this is going to be a big key in understanding how to eradicate these problems once and for all. So the first tip is to reduce inflammation in the body. And in order to do this, it'll be very helpful if we have a better understanding of what inflammation is in the first place. So an inflammatory response, or inflammation, is an immune system response. It's actually a reaction to something that you are either ingesting or putting topically onto your skin. So determining the root cause of this inflammatory immune system response is really at the heart of resolving an issue like this for the long haul. A little later on in the video, I'll talk more specifically about how you can go about identifying these factors. But just understanding that acne, eczema, and really any inflammatory condition are an immune system reaction to something is a really important concept to help you take control of these issues once and for all. Because these inflammatory conditions actually begin inside of our body, using topical creams, while they can provide some immediate relief, usually will not actually get to the root cause of resolving that condition. So the use of steroid creams is one of the primary conventional treatments for conditions like eczema. So again, a steroid cream is an anti-inflammatory, and this just kind of drives home that first tip, which was understanding that these conditions have their root in inflammation. That's why they use a steroid cream for them. So steroids, whether taken internally or topically, serve to suppress that inflammatory response, serve to suppress that immune response, and while they will resolve or give temporary relief to that symptom of inflammation, they're not actually going to prevent that inflammation from occurring again later on. So oftentimes people will observe that they use the steroid cream and then later on they have flare-ups again. You could liken this to taking a painkiller when you break your leg. So the painkiller masks the symptom of pain that you're feeling, but it's not actually going to fix your broken leg. Foods can have either an anti-inflammatory effect or can actually cause more of that inflammatory response. So this tip is to not only eat more anti-inflammatory foods, but to also use them on your skin. Coconut oil, cinnamon, and honey are a few really great examples of anti-inflammatory foods which can also make great at-home DIY skincare products. So one of my favorite masks actually integrates cinnamon and honey, and you can just mix them together. Leave it on your skin for 10 to 20 minutes and rinse with warm water, and you will be amazed at the effects that you get just from things like honey and cinnamon. Coconut oil also has this natural anti-inflammatory action, and not only is great for taking internally, but again is great for our skin, both moisturizing it and fighting that inflammatory response that's causing that puffiness and redness you're experiencing. Some other foods for your face include yogurt, cucumbers, avocado, baking soda, and apple cider vinegar. A great example of these anti-inflammatory foods being great for our skin can be seen in products like these by Made On Skincare, where they're actually using coconut oil and beeswax in this particular instance to create a highly moisturizing skincare product. So I love the simplicity of these Made On products. And another great thing is that she has actually included the recipes, and she actually sells all of the individual ingredients. So if you don't want to buy the product from her, you can actually get those DIY recipes from her directly. She's all about empowering people to be able to make these simple remedies themselves. And of course, as you can see, she also has a full product line of various products. We have the bug block, the various hard lotions. We also have these 2 goat milk soaps, which are also incredibly moisturizing. And she even has these lip balms and a tinted lip balm variety here. I love what she has done. I love that she is using these healthy anti-inflammatory foods in her skincare products. And I just can't tell you enough about how beneficial I have found this product in moisturizing my skin. So here are a couple examples here. We have the Bee Silk Hard Lotion, and I just have to tell you, the simplicity on these ingredients is incredible. Beeswax, coconut oil, and shea butter. Couldn't be more simple. Then there's another product which is a slight variation. This one is beeswax, coconut oil, and cocoa butter. So again, cocoa, a great example of an anti-inflammatory food, can actually also have benefits on our skin. So, whereas most lotions are creamy, okay, this one is a hard lotion. That's going to make it much more moisturizing because it doesn't contain any kind of water or anything like that. So, the hard lotion looks kind of like a bar of soap almost, okay? And then when you start to apply it to your skin, the warmth of your skin will actually help the hard lotion begin to melt into your skin. So this is great for the cracked heels, okay, the back of your feet that get really dry and cracked, great for elbows, and really anywhere that you may be having an eczema flare-up. The beeswax in these products not only holds all of the ingredients together, but also helps to hold that moisture into your skin. I think that sometimes we don't realize how abrasive and potentially harmful our skincare products can be. Many conventional skincare products contain exfoliating microbeads or foaming agents, chemicals, dyes, artificial fragrances, and a lot of these ingredients can actually cause more of an inflammatory response on our skin. So using natural things to clean your face and exfoliate your face is a really good step towards helping to reduce the inflammation on the skin while still cleaning the skin and exfoliating a few times per week. You can use things like grapes or even strawberries to naturally exfoliate your skin. Another one of my favorite exfoliating masks uses oatmeal. I find that a coffee grinder works well to help really make sure that your oats are ground into a fine powder. And you can use either water or olive oil or another oil as the base to create this mask. So a product that I use that I really like and have been getting tremendous results from is this mineral enzyme exfoliant by Cosmetica Skincare. So you can see just by looking at it that this is just a liquid spray, so it doesn't contain the abrasive microbeads or anything like that. The exfoliating action is coming from the natural ingredients in the product. So we have things like salicylic acid, alpha hydroxy acid, aloe vera juice. We also have anti-inflammatory ingredients like licorice, jojoba oil, and what you'll find is that this product also contains a variety of essential oils, which I will discuss a little bit more detail later on in the video. The mineral enzyme spray also contains vitamins A and B1, omega-3 fatty acids, It's sulfate and paraben free, making it incredibly safe and gentle on the skin, and this formula is specifically designed to be gentle enough that it can be used on acne flare-ups, and it is safe for people who have eczema as well. It's also important to consider that the things that we are exposing our skin to, such as our skincare products, the detergents that we wash our clothes in, the makeup that we use, hair products, etc., can actually contain ingredients which we are allergic to. And if you're using conventional products that have a pretty hefty list of different chemical ingredients, you're really setting yourself up to potentially have an allergic reaction to one of those many ingredients. So that's one of the things I really like about these made-on and cosmetica skincare products is that they have a minimal list of ingredients. And just by putting fewer chemicals on your skin, you're decreasing the potential that you'll have an allergic reaction to one of those ingredients. The next tip is to understand that your immune system and your digestive tract work hand in hand. So most of your immune system function actually goes on inside of your GI tract. So psoriasis, which is a skin condition, now this is an autoimmune condition, and I think it's a great example of how something that, even though it appears externally on our skin, actually has its root internally in our immune system. And because the immune system and the gut are so closely intertwined, improving the health of our digestive tract also improves the health of our immune system. So probiotics are something that can help to improve the health of your gut, improve its ability to function. And I do have an entire video on the topic of probiotics if you'd like more information. But this tip is about recognizing that improving your digestive health can also improve the quality and appearance of your skin. A really simple way to greatly reduce levels of inflammation in your body is simply getting more sleep and handling your stress. So when we're experiencing stress or when we aren't getting enough sleep, science has shown that this literally increases the amount of inflammation in our body. So if you're someone who has a lot of stress or maybe has a condition like insomnia that prevents you from getting good sleep, although this doesn't seem like it would have a big effect on your skin, it really and truly can. So this tip is just to get more sleep and add more things into your lifestyle that will help you to handle and reduce your levels of stress. So here I have some lovely examples. Essential oils and aromatherapy are a great way to reduce our stress levels. So I talked a little earlier in the video about some of the other benefits that we get from essential oils, but we also have the added benefit that just the aromatherapy aspect, the delightful smell of these oils, goes a long way in helping to lower our levels of stress. So one of my favorite things is this essential oil diffuser for my car. So we spend a lot of time driving, and most of us are pretty stressed out when we're driving. So I have this great little diffuser that I can just plug into the car lighter and diffuse these amazing, delicious essential oils into my car so that as I'm driving around, I'm just lowering my stress levels a little bit. I also have this relaxing eye pillow that has lavender inside. So again, using the calming, stress-reducing qualities of lavender to help improve our sleep and lower our stress levels. The car diffuser came from a company called BeAtitudes. And I love it because this package actually comes with 4 essential oils, as well as the car diffuser. The eye pillow actually came to me in a wellness box by Globe Inn. Another potential cause of this inflammatory immune response can actually be the things that you're eating. So there are foods that are known to cause an inflammatory response in the body, and I can go over those a little later in the video. But this tip is about recognizing that food allergies could also be at the root of your inflammatory skin condition. So the most common food allergies are things like dairy, gluten, but you could potentially be allergic to just about any food. So one way to determine if maybe a food allergy is at the root of your inflammatory skin condition is to pay attention to other allergies that you may have. For instance, do you also suffer from asthma? Do you have digestive tract issues? These are all subtle indications that we're probably ingesting something that our body is allergic to. So you can actually go to a doctor and have blood work done. They can actually test you for allergies. Okay, and I do believe that a blood panel is going to be more accurate than the skin prick test, although that can also be a good place to start. So you can actually be tested for food allergies, or you can just experiment with eliminating foods from your diet and seeing if that doesn't help to improve the condition. Eating an anti-inflammatory diet, a diet that decreases inflammation in the body, is another great way to help gain control of these inflammatory skin conditions. So your foods that cause increased inflammation in the body are the typical bad foods that I would discourage you from eating in most of my other videos. Okay, highly processed foods, refined sugar, things like red meat and eggs can also be causes of inflammation in the body. So if you have lots of these foods in your diet, that could be one reason that you're having these inflammation flare-ups. The anti-inflammatory foods are all of your whole foods, your natural foods like seeds, legumes, your whole grains, and of course those leafy green vegetables, or really any vegetable for that matter, and your various fruits. So keeping in mind that acne and eczema are both stemming from this inflammatory immune response, we know that anything that's going to elicit or potentially elicit a response like this could be the cause. So this tip is that your eczema could actually be due to a fungal or fungus on your skin. Now, I actually have a personal friend who was suffering from eczema pretty severely, and he used an antifungal athlete's foot cream and was able to completely eradicate his eczema. So this tip is kind of playing on that point, remembering that there's always a cause, okay? The immune response of inflammation doesn't just occur randomly for no reason, and that cause could potentially be a fungus. So just as the root cause of this inflammatory response could be fungal, it could also be bacterial. And in the case of acne, acne by definition is an inflammatory bacterial condition. And actually the name of the bacteria is acne. All right, so that's how acne got its name, because that's the name of the bacteria that causes it. So there are a lot of antibacterial creams and antibacterial soaps, but I would actually recommend that you avoid those types of harsh antibacterials, because those products are going to also kill the good bacteria that reside on your skin. So remember that your skin is a really vital part of your immune system. We actually have lots of bacteria on our skin, and it's there to help defend us from foreign invaders. So we want to use a natural antibacterial product on our skin, something that will kill off the bad bacteria that's causing that immune response, but that's not going to kill off the good bacteria that we need to be on our skin. So great examples would be coconut oil, which has a natural antibacterial effect. Essential oils such as tea tree oil also will give you this natural antibacterial effect. And colloidal silver is another great example, something that will kill off the bad bacteria but will not harm the good bacteria that you need. If you'd like to learn more information, you can visit my website, CorrinaRachel.com, and I also have some related videos here on the left that I think will be helpful. So I have my basic healthy skin and hair secrets video, basic nutrition, what to eat. This is a video that gives you a guideline and basic rundown of natural, healthy foods. These foods are anti-inflammatory, so they'll also be helpful with acne and eczema. I've also included my probiotics video because the gut connection is so important to taking care of our skin. I hope that you will check out that video, learn more about how you can take care of your digestive system.